focus on most of the crops we focus on are from the African diaspora, and we do some herbs as well. So if you go out there, you will see where we have a number of different crops. So we conduct the research. Can this crop grow here?
Okay.
Who is buying this crop? Is it economically viable?
Okay.
If yes, we pass the information on to our farmers, and not only pass it, but walk them through the production stages, harvesting, and marketing stages.
Oh, I love that.
Right? So, yes, so we understand that 25% of our populations are migrants. And when the migrants are here, migrants like myself, we don't get the crop that we are accustomed to.
Yeah.
So when I came to the US, for the very first time I saw kale from Jamaica.
Okay.
Very first time I saw kale, very first time I saw collards.
Wow.
Right? And because collard is our number one green, collard one bok choy. And so for me, I would be considered food insecure because I'm not getting the food that I'm accustomed to.
Yeah.
It's not readily available. And because of that, we try to incorporate food that the migrant population would eat and would buy at a higher value. So it creates an economic opportunity for our small growers.
Wow.
So that's what that's one of the real focus, not just for the vegetable, but also for the herbs.
Yeah.
We have an herbalist here, and that's our main focus. I focus on alternative crops like the vegetables and all of that. She focuses on the herbs. So we try to find crops that are have high profit margin that the farmers can use to stabilize their farm income or improve their farm income. And this crop not only improve farm income, but it's good for our environment.
Yeah.
And it's good also as a health benefit.
Yes.
Because the migrants would normally buy canned product. And by the time it gets to us, that's not of value.
Yeah.
And so now they're getting fresh, locally grown produce from the farm straight to their table, have higher nutrient compared to processed. So we're looking at health benefit, we're looking at social benefit, because once a migrant is cooking, they want to cook the things that they're accustomed to. So that for social health and wealth and environment as well.
My gosh. And so is your background in farming?
I am a farmer.
Okay.
I am a farmer. I was grown on a farm, and I study alternative crop here at UMES. I'm the first graduate in that area at UMES.
Wow. That is amazing.
What are some of the alternative crops that are grown here?
So we have the jute leaves, and that is the same jute that is used for bags and ropes and fiber. But we have ethnic groups who utilizes that crop as a meal. We have the amaranths. We have two types of the jute leaf. We have two types of amaranths for different ethnic groups. So we have the red amaranth and the green amaranth. In Jamaica, we call that the callaloo.
Oh, there we go.
Right, and then we have
didn't
Scotch
know
bonnet pepper. We have the red pepper.
Can we go eat now?
And then we have African eggplant. We have loofah, and we have bitter melons. What else? I can't think.
Okra.
And we have okra. We have jama,
Oh,
which is the African nightshade.
Lumba.
We have lumba. So those.
Sora.
And we have sorrel. We have a number.
wow.
We have probably 20 plus crops out there now. And today we are working on transition into our greenhouse because we are like the epicenter for ethnic crop. And sometimes during the year, because of our climate conditions, we don't have anything to show. So we are trying to transition into greenhouse where we can have crops to showcase all year round. So now we are adding new crops that we have never done. So we put in loquat, which is an Asian fruit. We have the June plums. We have what else? We have lychee. We're gonna try those things. Guava. We're gonna do soursop leaves too. Those are things that will sell If that works out for us, then those are now research information that we'll pass on to our client.
Okay. And
Can this grow here? What it requires to grow here? Who is buying it? Things like that. So we're looking to put a number of crops in.
if I am not a farmer, but I would like the information, am I able to access it?
Yes. You're not able to access it based on our website, but if you reach out to myself, Mrs. Sanko, Henriette, you will get whatever information. And that's always sort of like it, because when we work one-on-one with our farmers, they get more from us. You go on our website, you might just get a synopsis of what we do, but if you're really interested in learning, then those are things that we'll walk you through.
Okay.
And additionally, every year we do a class.
Okay.
So from January to what we did a class to up to the end of November, where we train farmers on ethnic crops, and they select what crops they want to grow, and we grow alongside them up to marketing.
Okay. Wow.
Thank you for everything you're doing.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
All right, everybody, as you can see, the official bus crawl bus or farm crawl bus is pulled up. And it's about to officially start. We've already had 2 conversations, and we're probably going to make everyone uncomfortable by just smacking them in the face with the camera, but that's what Naj and Jay does. Smack people in the faces with cameras. That's our beautiful bus, actually. It's a beautiful bus. I want to get on the bus. Yeah. So Naj, 0 to 10, what is your level of excitement?
Oh, I'm
right
like
now?
100.
100 out of 10?
I'm ready to
Why are
lose
you
my
so
mind.
excited?
Because I want to be a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm at home, and I've already had 2 black women, very educated.
Why is the bus driver smooth?
Oh, yeah. They
Why?
came correct. They came correct.
How you doing?
Welcome.
We're excited.
Interviewing me?
Yes, absolutely.
Coming from the D.C. area all the way down here to the Eastern Shore,
Yes.
taking it all the way out to Dover.
Okay, so
How
you're
about
driving
that?
everybody all day. Do you realize that it's a farm crawl, right?
I got the off spray.
Okay. Have you ever worked or had any association with a farm?
I've done it through Haymarket last year with University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Oh,
I know to
okay.
stay on the bus. I'm not gonna let them buzz.
Right.
You want us to
I'll
bring you
just
some
joke.
tomatoes or something?
So we were very impressed with the work that she was doing. And you know how you have like a shooting star? We wanted to make sure that we captured it, before they take off. And so she's been with us now for a while now, and we're pleased to have her on board. And so I'll just let Nadine go ahead and take it from there.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Good morning.
Hey,
And welcome. This is everybody? Or
Yes, there's
after-
going to be some more.
so after
There's more
keep-
people building up as we go to other stops.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So welcome to the UMES demonstration farm. As Mr. Rogers said, I'm the alternative crop specialist. What is an alternative crop specialist? Who is an alternative crop specialist? That was the first thing come to mind. No, give me that trick answer.
Like bringing a different feel to the normal, I guess? Like
Yes.
a different alternative?
So yes, so growing crops that are not traditionally grown.
yeah.
Right, so that's my job. So if you look around, you see some of these crops, you might never see them before, right? Tell me one crop that you can identify here without reading. Just looking at the plant and tell me if you see a plant that you can identify without reading. No, you see? But these are crops that are traditionally grown in different cultures.
Is that ginger?
Yes, this is ginger.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
This is ginger, and this is turmeric. And of course, this is yam. That's guava, a fruit that we grew up eating as a child. It grew wild in our culture. And so, unlike Americans who have to get things from the grocery store or go to an orchard, that's not how fruit is grown in Jamaica or in most of the African country. It's grown wild, and we just harvest and we just eat, and nobody charges us for anything. It's like somebody else's property.
So it's
We
like a
harvest.
food forest.
So yes, so when I was growing up, summertime we said we are foraging. So we get to eat all those nice fruits. All right, so some of the things that, one of the things that push this program in place, we recognize that there were economic opportunity for small growers because they are constantly competing with large-scale farmers. But if they grow something small and unique, it brings higher value. And so we want to incorporate that in their cropping system. So they don't have, so when they go to the market and you have the kale, the color, the this, the that, then they have a little callaloo, then they have a little jute leaf. And so when somebody will not buy kale, they probably will buy the callaloo, and it will bring in more money. So that was the main focus. Now, how to grow the crops, people didn't know. So we conduct research, and if you look out here, we have over 20 something crops growing out here. Some of them you can see. Let us use our board, because this board is crops that we are going to grow inside our greenhouse. And all of these here are additionals. So these crops, we conduct research on them. Can they grow? How much money it can make growing a 100-feet bed? That's how small we look on it. And then we can tell the farmer, now if you grow 200-foot bed, this is the amount of money you have to spend, and this is the amount of money you will get. And what we do most time is carry the farmer along with us, because myself as a farmer, you don't get to tell me something without you show me that it really works. We don't buy into new concept readily, small farmers, because they want to know that this is proof. There's proof. Oh, you can grow fenugreek and you'll make $1 million. All researchers do that. This is the golden crop that is going to make you rich. We don't do that at UMES. We work with you. We show you that, hey, if we plant this is the amount that you're going to get. And then we market it together. And then now the farmer is convinced that this does work. You see? So those are some of the things. That's the way I go about it, because of where I come from and because I'm a farmer myself. It's okay to sit in a classroom and to see people present on a crop, but is it really true? All crops does not grow and function the same in all environments.
That's true.
So a crop that grows well in Delaware might not grow well in Maryland because of different soil type, because of different edaphic conditions, because of different climatic conditions. So it's best to conduct research. So when we conduct research here, we also conduct it on your farm. So we will have a basic understanding that it grows well, but will it grow well at your farm? So we are not going to give you seeds and say, okay, go and plant it. We are going to grow with you. For me, farming starts when you start, it's a business. But I grew up farming all my life. I was my granddad's handbag. I was everywhere with him. I learned all those sorts of things. And then I went to college back home to study ag. So I have a degree in agriculture education, agricultural food technology, and then I came here to do my master's in plants and soil and my PhD in ethnic crops. So yes, so I'm around that, but my true farming experience starts here in the US 2020 when I established Talawa Farm. I'm the owner of Talawa Farm.
So when you talked about the food forest where you're from, right? You brought a memory back to me of my mother, who grew up in Southeast Washington D.C., and how she and her sisters used to forage for food, and they would go into people's yards. They would get the fruit, from off the trees, and they knew of other little herbs. Pokeweed is one, or plants that they could get sustenance from, right? Just wondering about what you call these crops. Could they just be called native crops, or native to where you're from?
Native to where you're from.
Right.
Yes, they are considered native. Like those pokeweed that grow naturally in your area, it's native. native. If a crop grows naturally in an environment, it's native.
So saying that though, can we build a market for those things?
Of course. Right now you have crops, you have market that's a native this, native that. For me, I want to put in crop, like a crop rotation or agroforestry in my farm, and I am focusing on doing native crop. Last year our tour take us to a native. You were at the conference last year? So we went to a tour, and all that greenhouse grows were native plants from Maryland. Just native plants. So and that's the best way. Utilize what you have. Educate your children on these crops. So like where is it? Where is that? Oh, this is lamb quarter. I did not know it was a vegetable. My workers came to the farm and they were harvesting it, and I said, "What are you doing with that?" And she said, "Oh, it's a greens. We eat it." And the lamb quarter right there.
In the second row, right?
Yeah, and that is native. I pick them up and plant them here, and I start domesticating them. And then while she was doing that, a professor at the university from Nepal was there. And he was like, "Yes, we eat it, Dr. Burton." And he was the one who said, "Show me the picture, show me the dishes." And I said, "Okay, I'm gonna put it into my cropping system." But that's what we do as a people. You look around and you try to utilize everything that is around you, and it makes life so much easier. It impacts our health, it impacts our environment and our economy.
And I just wanted to share that this is something that another herbalist said to me. She said that the herbs in your area or the weeds in your area grow there because of you. They're brought there.
And that's the same thing with your honey.
Yeah.
So if you get your honey from your area, that honey will affect you, impacting your health better, because there's an immunity.
Right.
So the bee getting the same kind of thing to treat you, and that's life, you know. But we tend not to want what we have. We want what the other person have, and so that is why we have all of these import, and that is why you see we're planting some of these, because we travel abroad and we get a taste of some of these things, and when we come back to the state, we want that, but that does not naturally grow in your area, and so that too causes the whole food insecurity.
I am Henriette. I manage this herb farm here, herb garden. We do basically we show every year. We try to show every year different kind of herbs. So herb farmers will come back on a regular basis. They see different things. Okay. And of course you have perennials. So like the echinacea, they come back forever and forever. And I only have 15 minutes, so we see this whole area. So let me just explain kind of what we do. Basically what I started doing is I grow these rows, I harvest them, I measure how much I harvest, and then I dry them, I measure how much I have, and then I know exactly how much time does it take me to grow it and how much input do I have in material, and at the end how much money can I make with this. And that is always a very disappointing result for herbs, because it's very labor intensive, and there's the market is hard, because they're still coming in a lot from like Egypt, Hungary. It's just much cheaper. So you need to be a really good marketing person, because there is really a reason to buy American grown herbs instead of stuff that comes out of Egypt. Chamomile mostly comes out of Egypt. Then it gets transported to somewhere in Europe, and then it gets transported to here, and by then it's old. And you can really see the difference. Wow. So the other thing to make up for the money is to just do it as efficient as you can. And that's been my challenge, because a lot of the herb growers, they have this romantic ideas. We're gonna grow herbs and we're gonna help the people. And they don't think in straight lines like I have here. I didn't do that myself in the beginning. I had a beautiful layout, but then I realized I couldn't even the paths were going like this because it was a circle, which was very unpractical with my tiller. I couldn't go through it. So now I'm just boring straight lines, but it definitely works better. Then every year we do a different way. We do a different tryout with the weed control because I don't want to grow in plastic. I don't want to spray. The people don't want to buy stuff that has been sprayed. So you have to, if you really want to do this on a large scale, you have to be organic because the supplement market requires only organic. And smaller markets, like farmers market, it doesn't really matter. But if I would be selling to my organic market, there's a farm that's preparing to do that, they require organic. Which doesn't make sense because the non-organic is much better quality than what they're selling now, which is organic. But that's how people are. So we can go a little bit over there. I can actually show you something on the harvest. For this year we work with straw for weed control, and it's risky because sometimes it has weeds in it and sometimes it attracts too much insects.
What is it?
It might attract itself. The straw can attract a lot of insects. That stuff.
Oh, hay. Oh,
the hay. No, the straw.
Straw. Yes.
Yeah, the hay. You really don't want to use hay because hay has seeds.
Okay.
By the way, we walked past it, the cute purple flowers. It's Moldavian dragonwood. And I only bought it because I thought that's cool, that name is cool. Because we get so many children.
Yeah.
But it actually gives a very, very nice lemony taste. Tea. So it's nice. And then I let it go into flower because we had this egg show the other day, but you normally would pick it off before it goes in flower. Oh, before we run out of time, if any of you is planning on growing herbs in Maryland, please get in touch with me and let everybody know. Don't start without talking with me because we are dealing with the health department and they have very specific requirements. So, and you need to really understand them before you go talk with them.
Okay.
So this was anything you can do, like anybody can do this at home. You have your calendula flowers, you need to dry them. You can dry them in one of those tabletop dryers. And you put them in a bottle after they dry, really dry. You put them in a bottle and you just cover them with oil. That's the way how you do it at home. If you want to start selling it, you want to have a whole company with it, you need to measure everything. But just for yourself, you just cover it. We did measure everything. 6 ounce, 6.5 cup. That's always, the other one was 6 ounce, a little bit more, but also 6 ounce. So you just add half a cup extra. You let it sit in the sun. That's the part that I like. The yellow and red flowers, you let them sit in the sun. The oil gets activated and it pulls out the ingredients, the constituents from the calendula and only the resins. Then you press them or you throw them through a cheesecloth and you wring them out like this. And then you have calendula oil. So this is a whole season harvest. It's a little bit less. I could probably have done 2 of the smaller ones, but that's just barely, when you press it, it's barely 1 gallon of oil. So you see how little you really have out of this.
So this 6 ounce of flowers came from this
It all
row?
came from here.
Wow.
Yes. So
Okay.
in total, we didn't even have a pound of dried flowers out of this whole area. So keep it in mind before you start.
Yeah.
Now, when you have experience, you can harvest them really, really quick. It took me 15 minutes to harvest this whole line when it was totally full. So then it's not that much work. So what herb farms have, they have like fields and fields of this stuff. And then you have the oil. You can make the oil into a salve. If you also have bees, you can make you have your own beeswax. Or you buy it, make sure you buy beeswax and not the stuff they sell at Amazon, which is very often not really beeswax. You want to go to your bee
What is this
company.
oil used for?
Yeah, what's that?
And then you get a salve oil that you put on little wounds like this, little surface wounds, scratches, not on things that are deeper. If you have deeper wounds, you're gonna use. I have to heat swimming store.
Do they call these cone flowers as well?
The purple ones, yeah, echinaceas coneflowers. So for deeper wounds, you do the St. John's wort oil. Isn't this gorgeous?
Yes, interesting.
So it's the yellow flowers, they get the red oil. And this is for really for deeper wounds. It's often used for like horses. They have wounds on their legs very often, and this really it stimulates the healing. If you start selling these products, your best marketing would be this helps heal wounds. You cannot say that because you cannot make medicinal claims. So there's a whole bunch of things you need to think about before you really start. It's not only the money, it's also how can I market it.
Right.
But I have my own tea farm, and you become really, really smart at describing it in a way that people still get it, but it's not illegal.
Right.
We have 3 different kinds here. And they all become ripe at a different time, which is good because it's overwhelming to have to harvest everything at the same time. So you want to harvest them when they are absolutely totally black. Like this is not even ripe because it has little red things in it. Let me see if I can find this is a better one here, I think. Yeah, it's probably better. The cultivars, they're umbels, they're berries, this whole umbrella thing is like this size, where if you have a native one, it's like this size. So the production is higher. The taste is less because one thing it does, it takes up more water. 1 minute. And so this one is an example of I didn't pick this on time. The birds have eaten it. That's always, you have to get them right before the birds come. And you can see these berries are absolutely totally dark and shiny. So you go through it and you pick the ones that are good. And you can see over there that thing is just huge.
Yeah. So the bigger the cluster, it's not native. The smaller the cluster, it is native.
Basically.
Got it.
The native plants, they grow in a little different kind. Those are created basically to be able to cut on this height. Where the natives, you have to climb a ladder and go all the way up. So people that design these plants, because basically that's what you do when you do a cultivar, they keep them low. Now the thing they didn't do right, the stems are not strong enough. So you get a lot of berries that are sitting on the floor, which is officially...
Would trellising help that, or is that just...
Yeah, but that's too much work.
I like that you said that.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to do that?
I love that.